I hear it more and more. I avoid people. And I understand, I truly do. People can be disappointing. We make our experiences and we're hurt or exhausted. And we get disappointed, and sometimes it feels simpler to just pull away. And I used to think that too. And I withdrew from people, and my world became smaller and smaller. And the smaller my world became, the more disconnected I actually felt, not only from people, but from life itself. And so let me ask you, what kind of world do you want to live in? So let me share with you why I don't avoid people and why I truly believe that we need each other. Because whether we realize it or not, we are all shaping the world that we're living in. We shape it every day with our choices, with our actions. We shape it in the way we treat ourselves and how we treat others. And whether we like it or not, we would not be able to exist without one another. And so I think the question is not around whether we avoid people or not, but are you creating the qualities in your life that you really want to see? And in a time where loneliness is rising and in all ages throughout all the world, I think it's very important that we return to the things that actually connect us and not the things that separate us from one another. Because studies show that loneliness doesn't just only make us sad, it also changes our brain and affects our happiness, our feeling of purpose, and our health. I truly believe we're wired for connection, and not just for comfort, but for growth. Psychology shows that we learn and grow best when we spend time with others. And studies prove that when we share our thoughts, feelings, and experiences with others, it helps us understand the world in a better way. And just like a plant that needs the sun to help it grow, we need other people to help us grow. And growth doesn't stop when we're a grown-up. We still have a lot to learn. As long as we're on this planet, we're here for the learning. The Harvard study of adult development followed people for many years and found that those with strong relationships are generally happier and healthier at any age. Now, time is a limited resource. And as we get older, it becomes really clear. And so for me, it's really important to decide who I want to spend my time with. I don't want to spend it with people any longer that don't understand me or try to drag me down. We can choose people that lift us up and that make an effort for us. People that value us for who we are. And positive influence helps us become the very best version of ourselves. When we protect our time, for me, it's like safeguarding my space. I want to keep my mind clear and my heart calm. And I want to put the energy into things and people that truly matter to me. To do that, we can carefully choose who we're allowing in. Because when we protect our peace, we're not only doing it for ourselves, we're also doing it for the people that we actually have relationships with, because we find more strength, more calmness, and a better sense of self in that peace. It will help us connect on a deeper level, and these connections becoming much more real. Here's something I truly believe. Most people are doing the very best they can, full stop. Now that doesn't mean that we need to accept toxic relationships or behaviors that are painful to us. It also doesn't mean that we need to accept behaviors that drain us. But it does mean that we think twice before going into a judgmental space. We start understanding that not everybody is in the same place. And that's okay. Because here's the thing, if we stop expecting perfection from people, we can meet them in a very different place of their heart. When we stop expecting of where we think they should be, we can meet them where they really are. And that is when something shifts. Relationships become lighter, conversations become more real, and our connections are much deeper. And I'm sharing my experience here. My experience in moments like that is, life isn't here to be lived alone. And we don't just simply survive together. With the right connections, we become. We help each other becoming who we're meant to be. We help each other developing the best that we have inside of us. Every relationship teaches us something. Sometimes it's just a lesson. Let me share a part of my personal story. When I hit burnout a couple of years ago, I really heavily retrieved from everybody. I felt overwhelmed with my health challenges, and I was also deeply ashamed and disappointed of myself and of life. And as such, I was stuck in that place for quite a while. The shift came only when I started opening up to people. Now, I'm not saying that all you need for healing is starting to open up, because it's not that easy. But I can truly say that for me, it started to shift things. So what I learned from that is to actually trust myself to the right people when I'm not well, and it will move things forward. And as hard as it is for me also to really ask for help, sometimes it's needed. And I think it's also something we have to learn, asking for help. Asking the right people for help. And the compassion and the love that comes back truly also carries healing qualities. And the other thing I would like to weigh in there as well is that the most beautiful moments in my life were with people. It was not me alone. And while I love being alone, I truly value my time alone a lot. And I also needed to recharge. But the most beautiful things in life, the most beautiful moments, the most beautiful experiences involved other people. We all want a better world. We all want a world with more understanding and less fighting, more compassion, more connection, more space to simply be human. But the world doesn't just happen. It's us creating it. We create it by the way we live, by the choices we make, by the way we show up for each other. All of that shapes the world of experiences that we are creating together. So this is a wonderful place where we all have a choice. We can live in constant reaction to the world, or we can start shaping the world into the qualities that we really want to see. And if you ask my heart, it will say, let's create more connection. Let's learn how to be more tolerant again, trying really to understand each other. Let's start seeing what connects us instead of constantly focusing on what separates us from each other. Let's give each other the space to be who we really want to be. It's like we're all painting one big picture together. We all have a paintbrush in our hands. We are co-creators, whether we realize it or not. We create and shape this world into what it is. And so let me ask you again, in what kind of world do you want to live? I want to live in this world. And this world is full of magic, beauty, and full of good people. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and thanks for being there. See you soon.